There are new developments in the case of an Israeli woman arrested in Russia on charges of drug possession.
25-year-old Naama Issachar has just learned her fate, facing a very severe punishment. But as I-24 News diplomatic correspondent Mike Wagenheim reports, her case may have more to do with politics than crime fighting.
A criminal sentenced to hard time, or a hostage, a pawn in a game of international intrigue? A dual Israeli-American citizen, Naama Issachar, sentenced on Thursday to 7.5 years in a Russian prison. Her crime? Entering a Moscow airport with 9 grams of marijuana in her suitcase. Originally charged with drug possession, prosecutors upped the ante to drug smuggling, even though Issachar only had a tiny amount of marijuana and was on her way from India to Israel, merely transiting through Moscow's airport on the way and never passing border control. Why such a harsh sentence? Israeli officials say it's because they refused to engage in a prisoner swap. Russia allegedly wanted to trade Issachar for an accused cyber criminal named Alexei Borkov. The U.S. says Borkov hacked into credit card databases and sold the info. Israel arrested Borkov while on vacation in 2015 after noticing an Interpol alert. Russia has tried to get him back, but Israel moved forward with extradition proceedings at the request of the U.S., telling Russian officials they needed to let the legal system in Israel take its course. Now, Russia is telling Israel exactly the same thing in kind, and it's risen to the highest levels of each government, discussed a number of times in conversations between Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Russian President Vladimir Putin. Issachar and her family are stuck in the middle, with seemingly nowhere to turn.
It's been completely unfair and unjust, and in our opinion, it's just been a joke. It's just been for show, when in reality they're holding her hostage because they want something else, whether it's this Alexei guy or something. But this wasn't a fair and just trial whatsoever, and my sister is paying the price for it because Russia wants something from either Israel or the United States, and she's the one suffering from it.
The whole scheme raises questions. Why is Borkov so important to the Kremlin? What are the Americans actively doing to help their citizen? And is Russia willing to risk a fracture in its relationship with Israel over a dispute essentially directed at Washington?
That was Mike Wagenheim reporting. Definitely used as bargaining chip.
Yeah.